How is it going, everyone? We are coming up on the release of one of the biggest games of the entire year. I truly believe that Monster Hunter Wilds is going to be an absolutely gargantuan game. I think it's going to be the most successful Monster Hunter game of all time. I think it's going to be one of the most successful video games of the entire year. And I think it's going to bring Monster Hunter as a franchise to the next level. That's how big I think this game is gonna be. This video, I want to do my overall preview of the game, some information that you should know before you spend your $70 on it, or all the way up to $110 with the Premium Deluxe Edition. We'll go over all the contents in each individual edition. We'll give you some general information on the game. A lot of you guys played the open beta. A lot of you guys are familiar with Monster Hunter. We'll also give you a heads up on how to get the game cheaper if you're playing it on PC, which let's start off on that because you can get the game significantly cheaper for a Steam copy of the game. Go to our friends over at greenmangaming.com. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Yes, games have gotten up to $70, but Green Man Gaming is selling Steam keys for Monster Hunter Wilds. Each edition of the game 16% off. That means the base game is $58.79. The deluxe edition, while regularly $90, is $75.59. And the premium deluxe edition, which is regularly $110, is $92.39. You will get a Steam key immediately upon purchasing the game. You will get the pre-order bonus, and by the way, you won't pay tax either, so really it's even more of a savings when you factor that in. Steam key, redeem it on there, and you'll be good to go. Link in the description box below, and if you do buy it, we do get an affiliate kickback, so that is much appreciated. And we'll run down each individual edition at the end of this video. But now let's talk about Monster Hunter Wilds. The official description notes, the unbridled force of nature runs wild and relentless, with environments transforming drastically from one moment to the next. This is a story of monsters and humans and their struggles to live in harmony in a world of duality. Monster Hunter is a franchise built around, you guessed it, hunting monsters, upgrading your equipment, and the process repeats itself into one of the more engaging gameplay loops that you are going to find. Fulfill your duty as a hunter by tracking and defeating powerful monsters and forging strong new weapons and armor from the materials you harvest from your hunt as you uncover the connection between the people of the Forbidden Lands and the locals they inhabit. The ultimate hunting experience awaits you in Monster Hunter Wilds. The story backdrop: a few years past, a young boy named Nada was rescued at the border of the Forbidden Lands, an unexplored region the guild has yet to survey. After hearing the boy's tale of his lone escape from a mysterious monster that attacked his village, the guild organized an expedition into the Forbidden Lands to investigate. A living world. Environments within the Forbidden Lands can drastically change as the weather shifts constantly and suddenly, and this seems to be one of the elements that they are really promoting building the game around in terms of this constantly shifting world environment. During the harsh follow and perilous inclemency periods, ravenous monsters will venture out to hunt in packs, yet during the plenty periods, wildlife is rich and abundant. You'll have a wide variety of monsters. The monsters who inhabit these environments have been forced to adapt to the dynamic changes that occur, using their unique characteristics to survive and thrive. As the world around them changes, so must the hunters and their tactics. Not only will hunters have a multitude of weapons and armors to choose from, but the art of the hunt itself has evolved as hunters learn to anticipate monsters' behaviors and familiarize themselves with the environments. You'll have a wide variety of characters that you will encounter throughout the course of the game. And again, one of the key components of this game is the wilds and the ever-evolving world. Experience two distinct seasons in the massive, ever-changing environments found in the game. Follow a period where hungry predators roam the land for food, is followed by an inclemency leading to a rich period of plenty. The same locale may look completely different depending on the two seasons. Each environment is inhabited by its own apex predator, which will appear during the area's inclemency. Discover how the people and monsters have adapted to the wild and the changes of the land. Having these two differences in terms of the environment presentation, I think is going to make the game engaging. And also, very curious on how they decide to update the game and how they factor in the wilds in the future content that they roll out. In the Forbidden Lands, you'll encounter not only herds of small monsters, some of the large monsters of the region may also form packs. Each group has its own place in the ecosystem with its own unique movements and behaviors. The ecosystems include the Windward Plains. The Windward Plains are a diverse region filled with sandy deserts, swaying grasslands, twisting rock formations, and other natural features. As a member of the research expedition charged with investigating the Forbidden Lands, the Windward Plains is the first new hunting locale you'll visit. This land experiences an inclemency known as the Sandite, a great sandstorm roiling with thunder. Then you have the Scarlet Forest. Following the river found in the Windward Plains, you'll lead to the verdant Scarlet Forest with its towering trees and abundant water. As you take your first steps here in your journey, your eyes are drawn to the peculiar red-colored water found on the forest floor. This land experiences an inclemency known as the downpour, a torrential rainstorm that floods the surrounding areas. Then you have the Oil Well Basin, a unique locale where, as its name suggests, oil wells up from the ground and accumulates in deep pools of oil silt. This land experiences an inclemency known as the Fire Spring, a phenomenon in which fierce fires blaze. You've got ice shard cliffs as well, a frigid land swept with snowy blizzards. There's going to be a wide variety of areas and locales for you to explore. The inhabitants are wide and varied as well. Each area contains settlements established by people that have called the environment home for generations. Experience how each community has grown and adapted to their environment and how their culture and daily lives have been shaped by this adaptation. You'll also have a wide variety of expeditions. Expeditions can now be undertaken with a number of objectives in mind. Additionally, any monster currently in the area can be targeted at any time in order to start a new quest. Now, some monsters can't be targeted due to progression or other certain situations, but for the most part, you'll have free reign to do what you want. Supporting you in your expeditions will be your trusty handler and Palico, as well as your mount and plenty of new tools as well at your disposals. With your expeditions, you'll have a wide variety of tools at your disposal. A mount whose exceptional agility will provide the hunter with crucial support out on hunts. Its well-developed sense of smells allows it to guide you automatically to your current objective or any location you select on the map. You can also use your slinger and certain kinds of items while mounted, allowing you to comfortably restore your health, sharpen your weapons, or even gather materials while on the move. Speaking of the slinger returns as an indispensable hunter tool. Use it to fire rocks, seeds, and other natural ammo, or even use it to trigger objects in the environment. Hook Slinger. The Hook Slinger is the newest evolution of the slinger, allowing you to gather all types of materials from a distance. It can be used while mounted and can even be used to interact with certain environmental objects or even trigger traps on top of that. You'll have a wide variety of meals. Want to get stamina and other stat boosts from eating but don't want to go back to camp? Don't worry, with the portable BBQ grill, you can cook up a meal at any time. Selecting barbecue from the portable barbecue grill will allow you to make a well-done steak. You've also got pop-up camps. A set number of pop-up camps can be set up in each area. Pop-up camps let you manage your items and equipment, serve as a fast travel destination and a place to start new quests, and can be used as a return point after fainting. Fishing options will be available as well. Use different types of lures to reel in various species of fish. You can even try your hand at some of the big game fishing opportunities. And of course, with all of that, you will have a wide variety of monsters to take down. And on top of that, they are already revealing post-game updates and post-release updates, I should say, that are going to be coming to the game. And that's going to continue on into the early portion of this year, along into the summer and the rest of the year. If you're familiar with Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise, Capcom does a great job of updating these games regularly, and I'm sure they'll do an expansion like they did with Iceborne and Sunbreak at some point, but for a while, you're just going to have free update after free update to sink your teeth into, giving you a lot of longevity for what to expect out of the game. So with the general info out of the way, I do also want to go over what is available in each edition, because with a $70 edition, a $90 edition, and a $110 edition, you might be wondering which version to buy. So if you decide to buy the game at GMG, again, you will get the game discounted. The standard edition is $70, but $58 for the PC version over at GMG. You will get the pre-order bonus of the Hunter Laird Armor Guild Knight set and the Talisman Hope Charm, and obviously you'll get the base game. With the deluxe edition, which is priced at $90, $75.59 at GMG, you will still get the pre-order bonus of the Hunter Laird Armored Guild Knight set and the Talisman Hope Charm, but you will also get the deluxe pack. It's releasing alongside the main game. You get the Hunter Laird Armor set, the decoration set for your mount. You'll get another Laird Armor set, the pendant, gesture, hairstyle, makeup and face paint options, sticker set, and nameplate. That is all going to be available with the deluxe edition. And then you do have the premium deluxe edition, which will include all of the aforementioned content, the deluxe pack, and the pre-order bonus content, and you will get the premium bonus. That'll include the Hunter Laird Armor, the Wyvern Ears, the premium bonus Hunter Profile set, and the BGM Proof of a Hero 2025 recording. And you will get Monster Hunter Wilds Cosmetic DLC Pack 1 planned for a release in spring of 25, and Monster Hunter Wilds Cosmetic Pack DLC 2 planned for a release in summer of 25. it is really nothing that I would say is incredibly consequential to the content of the game, the gameplay of the game. If that's what you're focused on, honestly, the Standard Edition is a totally serviceable buy, but if you are so excited for the game that you want absolutely everything, the Deluxe and Premium Deluxe will give you other in-game items and goodies for you to look at. Nothing, again, that is too consequential, and you will be fine with the Standard Edition. And the Premium Deluxe, $110 regularly, but it is $92 over at GMG. Link in the description box below, as I mentioned. One final thing I do need to note, since we are talking about the PC version, there is a PC benchmark tool that is available on Steam. Just download the benchmark tool and it'll give you a general idea of how the game will run. Now, benchmark tools aren't the be-all, end-all. It should be used as a general guideline and a general idea, but it will give you a good idea on how the game will run. The game itself touts a minimum requirement of an Intel Core i5-10400 or an Intel Core i3-12100 or a Ryzen 5 3600, 16 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 1660 or a Radeon RX 5500 XT. That is running the game at 1080p, upscaled from 720p, at low settings at 30 frames per second. Recommended is a i5-10400, Core i3-12100, or a Ryzen 5 3600, RTX 2060, or an RX 6600, and once again 16 gigs of RAM, and it is an RTX 2060 Super, and that is for 1080p 60 FPS, but with frame generation enabled under the medium graphics setting. So if you're trying to play this game at 1440p or 4K maxed out and get 60 frames per second without frame gen, just buckle up. It's gonna be a fairly difficult game to run at the highest of highest settings, but they are trying to make it so older hardware is going to be able to run the game as well, so keep all of that in mind. And as far as performance on consoles go, you will have two options available to the base consoles, prioritizing resolution and prioritizing frame rate. Prioritizing resolution will have the game at 30 frames per second. Prioritizing frame rate will be targeting 60 frames per second, so keep that in mind. It'll be targeting 60 FPS. If you played the beta, bear in mind that that was an earlier build of the game, so you would hope that with the final release of the game, performance is just going to improve. Now, frame rate priority obviously going to reduce image quality a little bit, but will be targeting 60 FPS, and resolution priority will be targeting 30 frames per second. Now, with PS5 Pro, it will be optimized on that as well, and you'll have an option to play with high image quality and 60 FPS, so that's going to be quite nice if you do go that route as well. This is going to be one of those games that I do believe is going to be a bit of a showcase for the PS5 Pro, so that should be pretty exciting. But that being said, again, this is going to be one of the biggest game releases of the year, and I don't have to give you guys the in-depth idea of what to expect out of every monster hunt and everything like that. You probably want to keep some of that as a surprise, and you already know a lot of the excitement and how much content you're going to get out of this game. It's going to be one that's going to be well worth the money. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Let me know your excitement level for Monster Hunter Wilds. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.